All right, good afternoon, everyone. It's John. It is 4:47 p.m. These, up 25, down 25 point days on the S&Ps, we're going to get spoiled with these when they stop, which is going to be interesting. This kind of day, here's the thing on this is, not only do you have these solid signals, like the squeezes and things like that. You had this one even last night when the activity started pushing higher here. But as you went through today here, there was another one here this morning. As they built up, I mean, this one actually took place over the course of a while, even pre-market, and then bam. And what's nice about this too is when you see like B waves above zero and things like this, that's when you can kind of sneak into these things early. All right. In terms of using the waves, especially the B wave on something like this, as it's developing, and on bigger term stuff, I like to use the C wave. On shorter term stuff, you can use the B wave. But essentially, if it's above zero, the chance of this firing off long is like 90%. So you can actually start sneaking into it, and then you get a nice little run up here, up to the daily pivot. And then we spent some time at 1197 consolidating at the daily pivot. And then you're sitting there wondering, going, oh, okay, is this thing going to sell off? Is it going to sell off or not here? And what's going to happen? Well, you can see here, it started losing momentum here, and even the B wave went below zero. But by the time it fired off, it was a long. Okay, and let's see, go through. And then today we kind of had a muddle through. Right here we did get a short sell-off. Okay, I passed on it. And I'll show you why in a second. And then had a nice squeeze here. And then just pressure into the close. And ended up going out pretty much on the highs. Now, it's critical when you're trading the S&Ps here to use this in conjunction with the internals. So we're going to keep an eye on the VIX. And you can see the VIX... Let's come back here a little bit. What did the VIX do all day? It gapped lower, okay, and then just trended lower, and trended lower. And when you see those rollovers in the market, okay, remember that time we got up to the pivot on the S&Ps and then it started to roll over, okay, what was the VIX doing at this time? Was it taking out the highs that it opened at? No, okay, and the only way the market's going to reverse, it's not even on an uptrend like this, is if the VIX actually takes out its opening range. As long as it doesn't do that, you do not short. In fact, you can just sit comfortably on the long side. All right. What about vol spread? Vol spread here is doing nothing but going straight up. Okay. You don't fight that. In fact, you just sit on that position. And the other thing, and the most important thing with this, is the ticks. And I just can't emphasize enough how important it is to follow ticks in a market like this. When we got the selling in this afternoon, we couldn't even get past minus 400. That's not real selling. Where were we spending the abundance of our time? Up here on a day like this. Any ticks down to here, that is a gift. And you just buy them. And that's why when I was talking about the money management strategy last night in the premium video, that's why you go in something like this and say, if your full size is 5 contracts, great. When it comes down here, you can buy 1 or 2, and then once it goes back to positive, get a couple of more, but you leave your stop loss in based on your P&L management, and you can catch moves like this, and then you get back up to 1,000 ticks and you sell it, and you can just do that all day long, and that represents a couple of points on the S&Ps, not just a couple of ticks, a couple of points. And again, just really good strategies in this current market. And I've really, this is one of those markets where the day trading has been a lot better than the swing trading, easier to manage. With the swing trading, you're getting all kinds of different ups and downs and stuff like that. So if we do take a look here on the hourly chart on the S&Ps, we have, in terms of the new weekly levels, you can see weekly R1 here. The fact that we closed above 1,200 now opens up the door to 1,225, so that's really the next level. And then if we can get through there, then we've got this load of resistance right here at 1250. At this point, we're gunning for it. I would look for any move to this level to die, and we roll back over, and that's what we are looking at. All right, so that's the free video. Let's jump into the premium video and take a look at some of these other markets until we get to these key levels, and then things are going to get interesting. All right. Last but not least, let's take a look at the Russell. I call this contract the Rob Hoffman contract because he can trade it so well. Rob is going to start his live trading seminar. It's going to be free on tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It's one of those things, again, you got nothing to lose by going in there and just checking it out and seeing if you want. Right now, I believe that I think it has reached its max capacity, so it's going to be kind of a first-come, first-served basis. I know that there's 1,000 spots in GoToWebinar. I believe there's 1,300 people that have signed up. So unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit of a race in the morning to see, first come, first served to see who gets in there. But in general, if about 1,300 people sign up, there's generally about 900 to 1,000 that'll show up. And of course, we've got one more sign-up period tonight. So I would just encourage you, if you do want to see Rob Hoffman come in and do his live trading, and that's the best way to learn to trade, is to look at someone who's actually live trading and see what they're doing, how their style is, and then you got two choices from there. One, you can take as much as you want from that and incorporate it into your own trading and make it your own. At the end of the 3 days, go back and do your own trading. You can go and that's what we always encourage people to do, and that's why we've got myself and Hubert and Rob and Clayberg here on the Trade the Market site, because the four of us together have different strategies, and you're going to look at something and say, okay, that thing that Carter does makes total sense, or you're going to look at what I do and say, that just does not work for me, and so then you're going to go look at Hubert and something that Hubert does may make more sense to you, and it's like, or then you're going to see Rob, and Rob's going to resonate and say, wow, I like this because it's like, he really focuses on taking cash out of the market. He's adjusted his risk parameters to focus more on income generation as opposed to, the big riskier trades. And that is something that appeals to me. I do want to pull cash out of the market, or something where it's like, I'm just tired of staring at the damn computer. I want to go play golf, and you put your money in one of Doc Systems. And he had the max profit today at $325 a contract, so he has had 3 winning days in a row on that. And so that's been all well and good. The main point is you do have a chance this upcoming Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to take a look at Rob's trades. If you've never seen him do it before, it's a treat. And if you have seen him and you're disheartened in the past by some of the bigger trades, now you can see what he's doing now, and we've gotten a lot of great favorable response from the people in the room, what he's done with that. All right? So you guys have good trading. So here's the page for Rob's event, and I'll just there'll be a link for this on the email that goes out tonight, plus at the end of this video. And all you got to do is, if you want a free ticket to the event, you just put your name and your email, and then if you want we can also do kind of an early bird phone call that just reminds you, hey, it's open if you want to get in, because it is going to be an oversold event there.